do something, so sorry about that. Okay. So again, get on the sales training with us that I do on Thursdays. It's really, I would tell you, necessary if you've never sold over the phone, even if you do this face-to-face, but it's a lot easier when someone's face-to-face to deal with objections. But when someone calls in asking for $35,000 or $25,000, you need to know how to direct that sale to prevent that from becoming an objection. I cover that on Thursdays. The cost of the leads, free with PPL. The lead cost has gone up. The changes we've made have gone up. And so the cost of the lead, if you want to buy leads, remember you don't have to buy leads, but if you want to buy leads, if you want to buy extra leads, if you want to buy leads today, after today, to kickstart things off, the cost is $35. However, they're free with PPL, premium per lead. PPL is very simple, and I'll review it at the end. That's simply the amount of annualized premium required per carrier to earn a lead. And so again, you don't have to buy them, but if you need to get jump started, you have to fill out a form to get that done. With that, I'm going to play the new television commercial once again to review it.
It's not easy talking about your final expenses, but you don't want to leave that financial burden to your family. If you're 80 years or younger, protect your family now with the senior plan from Angel Care. The average funeral costs $7,000, plus any medical expenses could leave your family with a lot of costly bills. For as little as $1 a day, you can get a senior plan from Angel Care Network to help pay for funeral and other final expenses. Guaranteed policies cover you up to $25,000 with no medical exam, even with a pre-existing condition. Your rates will never increase, your benefits will never decrease, and your policy cannot be canceled. You can get approved and covered with one phone call, and you'll get a free prescription drug card as a gift just for calling in. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212.
I hope you caught one of the subliminal messages there that you can get approved with one phone call. That was just a message that was added to that makes it easier for completing this sell over the phone. So again, let's, in reviewing it, that's the new commercial. And I'm going to go through some other steps, but let's also talk about phase 2, which will be coming to very soon, within the next 1 to 2 weeks. And phase 2 is adding a separate type of lead to the portal, and I'm going to go over the portal shortly, so just hang in there. But all of the inbound calls from the television commercials beginning today will go through the new lead portal, and you'll have access to those, which I'm going to demonstrate shortly. As well, this is a new lead type. I wouldn't call it as high a quality lead as the television leads, because obviously the television lead, that individual sitting there watching the television program, but these are a very high quality lead. Some people in the market call them avatar leads, but this is a live transfer lead. Normally, if you were purchasing them, they run anywhere from $15 to $18. We're able to pass along our discount to you for as low as $8. And at this time, I'm going to play the actual message and then explain how that lead works.
Hi there. This is a very important message for people between the ages of 40 and 85. Are you prepared for the final expense in your life? Most of us are not, and it usually leaves a huge financial burden on our loved ones for funeral home and burial expenses. What would you say if we could help qualify you for this rather inexpensive insurance for a very low cost, regardless of your health? This is a limited time offer and is backed by one of the largest financial expense carriers. To speak to a final expense representative, please press 1 on your telephone now, or press the 2 key to be taken off our list of future callings.
So with that lead, those are outbound calls that are sent through a robo-dial system. It is legal because of the opt-out feature. And when an individual presses 1 on their phone call to be redirected, the calls will be redirected through our portal and connected to you live as well. So again, just another opportunity, another lead source that we're building into the platform. That will not be available today. It will most likely take us 1 to 2 weeks to get all of the systems worked out on that. but I did want you to know about that today. So phase 3, as we said, will come through our discount direct mail program, which I'll get some more information out to you on that during the next several weeks. It'll be the 3rd phase that comes out. Final expense direct mail leads at a very reduced cost. So today, let's talk a little bit more about phase 1. This is our new lead management system, and with the LMS system, it makes it possible for us to give you the leads in real time, no longer a disconnect, no longer a lead that's being channeled through another back office apparatus. So in other words, no one else is touching your lead. It's coming to you live at the point of sell. So you'll be able to have a very better, high quality opportunity to complete the sell. So today, what will be implemented are the TV leads. The other 2 phases will be implemented, and as they are implemented, we will roll out webinars to introduce you to those processes. Again, the TVs are live transfers to your phone. Now, let me say that following the webinar today, I'm going to be sending out a new form to you. Very, very important that the form is returned to us ASAP. A couple things are very important. Number 1, when we ask you for your telephone, we are asking on that form for the phone number that you want your lead calls to come into. Please don't give us a phone number where you're not going to be available and or where somebody else is answering the phone. If some of you work in the shared office space whereby your phone is going through a live administrator, I highly recommend do not do that. You will lose a very high volume of your calls. It'll be wasted calls. It'll be wasted money. You want to take these calls real time from a phone that you plan on using. And if you're going to be out on the road, that's okay. If your phone number changes through the week, remember, we don't know what we don't know. You have to notify us that you're going to change your inbound phone. At this point in time, we're going to restrict some of the administrative functions that normally we would allow you to have because we just don't want a lot of issues during the next few weeks as we launch the programs. So many of the administrative functions, being able to change your own phone, etc., will not be available during the next several weeks. So it's important that on the phone or on the form that I send out today, that you please include the phone number whereby you want those calls to come to. Very important. All the calls are recorded, meaning every call from the moment you pick up the phone till the time whereby you hang up the phone will be recorded, and the calls are all stored on your portal. There's several reasons for that. Number 1, you can go back and reference the call. If someone claims you didn't tell them something over the call, obviously you have proof of it. The other one is, as we move forward with some of the carriers we're working with, you will eventually be able to upload your own recorded voice signature to the carrier, which means you won't have to do a third-party connect with another carrier like you're currently doing with Americo or others. You'll be able to upload your own file. You'll be able to complete your own voice signature. At this time, I'm going to actually go through the demo. I'm going to log to the website that you'll be provided. So today, following the call, and please don't look for it in the next 15 minutes, but before the close of business, you will receive a simple email from us. The email will just simply state how to log on to the system. It'll advise you what your username and password is to be able to log onto the system, and they're very, very simple for you to be able to do so, but we will send those to you. Within that email, you'll also have another copy of the carriers and the PPL, and you will get the form that's required to be sent back into us ASAP. And when I say ASAP, I hope within the next 24 hours. We will not send leads out until the form is on file and we've been able to update your system. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the portal. So the first thing you'll see happen when you go to the portal, and we will send you the logon information. Right now you're at My Logon, but for the most part, it will be somewhat the same. You'll be prompted to log in with your user ID, with your credentials that we will be sending out to you. Once you log on, you will be directed to an agent portal. Now again today, I'm at my portal, but I'm going to explain some of the things you see down the left-hand side you will not be able to see. I'm going to go ahead and take you to a full agent portal at this time. And I'm going to pick one that has some money in it. You see we've been updating the site, so many of you have some money already in your accounts. So if you notice, when you log into your account, you will see a screen that resembles this one. Now, once you get going, that screen has reports on it whereby you can track your inbound leads. The other lead types that you'll have available will be possible. So if you can see from the drop down today, it just says inbound phone. There will eventually be Medicare supplement leads for those that work the med sub market. You'll have the phone leads, you'll have your direct mail leads, so there will be multiple sources available to there. Now, with that, if this agent was ready to go to work, if you notice up here on the top, there's a little green button that says active. If you click it and shut him down to where he's inactive, what that would mean is he's not ready to take calls. So if your status is not active, your calls will not come to you. So if you're not ready to go to work, don't click active. So if today I came into my office, I was ready to start taking calls, I would simply click on the button to where it goes active. Active means send me phone calls. As soon as you're active and the leads are running from the commercials, if one comes in for the area that you've designated that you want to work, the call will live transfer to you. If you want to go back, if you want to review and you need to make notes, you'll see on the left-hand side of the screen it says My Leads. All you'll simply do is if you look and there's 2 calls that we put in there. There's 2 calls that we sent in there just as a sample on Friday, but you can see that the call is recorded. The original phone number that it came in from is there as well. So if you wanted to listen to the call, and I'm going to go ahead and play this one so that you can hear the greeting.
Please wait while we connect your call. This call may be recorded for quality verification.
I know the first one's bad. So again, what would happen on there, you heard the initial greeting. And that greeting is what the consumer hears. So the consumer hears, please wait, this call may be recorded. When you pick up the phone, when you answer the call, you have 12 seconds to answer the call. So be ready for your calls. If you don't answer within 12 seconds, it's going to go to somebody else. So within 12 seconds, if you answer, you will hear a prompt that says Angel Care TV lead. That's letting you know that the inbound call is coming from the television, so you don't have to guess any longer. And again, use the script that we provided. That means you want to answer the call, Angel Care Services, may I help you? And we go through that again on our Thursday sales training calls. Now, once you've done that, you've completed a call, you've made a sale, maybe you didn't make a sale, you need to be able to monitor and take care of your leads. So I'm going to simply open up one of these leads and go into the lead management system. We are going to be changing the names of some of the drop downs on here to make it easier for you, but we just didn't have much more time and I wanted to get the leads flowing again so we could start making some money. When you get in here, it had you made it, let's just assume you made a sell. You'll see on the current status right here, you'll click the little drop down and there are some drop downs. So you remember, this is your site. It's not for us, but it's up to you what you do it. We are going to change these tabs to fit our marketplace. But if I sent that application in by either e-app or if I sent it in by voice signature, I personally would check Doc Sent and then click the little button. And then over here is revenue. So if I click that up, and again, let's say my annual premium was $2,400, I'll click that off. And now you can see that what it's done, it's recorded my revenue, it's recorded that information, and that will be stored in your notes. If I wanted to make some notes, I would click on here, and maybe I just, I can make it a general message, and I would say, Americo Eagle Series 2400, whatever it is that you want to put in there. and I'd add the note. So now I've got a management system. I've got everything that I need in relationship to that client. And I would just go back out. So again, you will have access to reports, which means you can generate reports. And those reports, obviously, we will set up and help you with reports. You can go ahead and select the reports you want. If you don't like them, just go back in and change it. But this will help you better manage your leads. There's also a calendar available. Now, on my end, it's pretty slow, and you have to forgive me. It takes a little while when you're doing through a webinar. But you will have a calendar whereby when you work your leads, you can click. You can put an appointment on your leads if you have a follow-up on your lead calls. And there you can see that you have a calendar to link up with your lead calls. So I can either double-click on the date, or I can just simply create a new event or create a new task. And this will help you keep your schedule straight. It'll help you to be able to monitor your system. Last, you can see that it says App Store. There is an app available. You can load that app onto your iPhone, onto your iPad. So if you're out and around and you need to monitor your calls, maybe you're out on the road traveling like I do and you want to keep your inbound calls coming, take your iPhone or your iPad with you. And by using that app, you're able to log on, see your calls, listen to your calls, and follow up. So again, this is the first step to the launching of the program. You will receive today, like I said, instructions telling you how to log on, i.e. How to access the site through a username and password. Once we get your form in, your form must come back in for us to make it possible for you to go live. You will not be set as active. So again, you would be set as inactive. You won't be able to change your inactive status until we receive that form. So right now your site's been blocked. Once the form is received, we will give you the ability to change your status from active to inactive. With that, I'm going to go back to the presentation. And again, as I stated last week, there is a monthly usage fee. It's $19.95 a month to be able to access the leads management system. It costs much more than that. We're just sharing in the cost, and most of the cost we are assuming on our end. But it is expensive to run the system. The system, as we move forward, again, it storehouses all of your voice messages, storehouses all of your leads. You will eventually have the ability, when it's available, to email your clients from the system, to text your clients from the system. It all depends upon the type of lead that we've put in there. I said within the next 2 weeks, the phase 2 will be implemented where the phone leads will be added to that. Don't confuse them with inbound phones, but in other words, the avatar leads will become available. And in phase 3, the direct mail leads will become available, whereby when the direct mail leads are available, you'll be able to email your client, send out letters, and things of that nature to your client. Now, the $19.95 a month is a very, very, very small fee, as we're paying the majority of the cost. But I do want it to reward those individuals that are on board and doing a good job with us. So if you do $4,000 of monthly paid premium in any given month, that's only $4,000. That's about 3 applications. Some people, it's only 2 applications, but only $4,000 of annualized monthly premium. So don't confuse that with monthly. So that's about $330 worth of total monthly premium for a month. Then your charge will be waived. Now, it is your responsibility to provide us with proof of production. In the future, we'll be able to use the portal as you input your information, and we're able to also input the information on our end. All you have to do is $4,000 a month. I know I'm going to be asked, well, if I've already done $4,000 a month, does that waive my first monthly fee? And the answer is unfortunately not. We have no way of doing that. We have to set your system up first. Let's look at the new PPL, and I'll be done. Americo, you get the best PPL, so only $250 of annualized premium. You earn 1 television lead. Gerber is 500 PPL. Gerber is guaranteed issue. We earn less revenue than any other carrier, but we know we need it. We know we have to have it. But again, it's very important. One additional, so here's our PPL again, you can see from the list, and must maintain, and this is a new implementation after I've had an opportunity to review our programs, You have to maintain a 70% non-guaranteed issued placement rate to remain on the program. Now, what does that mean? That means, yes, I want your Gerber business. Yes, we like Gerber and we need Gerber. However, I can no longer support agents that are only sending Gerber applications in with the LEAD program. So that means that 7 out of 10 have to be something other than Gerber. You can pick one of those other 12 to 13 carriers, but I'm not going to continue to support agents that only send us their guaranteed issue business and apparently, possibly, I don't know, are sending all their other business to some other FMO or some other carrier. So again, take no offense. It's just a matter of economics. I cannot afford to fund the program. The leads run us $52 to $56 a piece. I am already co-opting a great deal. So in order to continue to grow the program, to continue to send out a great lead source to you, it's necessary that I put some type of measurement in place to ensure that we're not just getting guaranteed issued business. How do you get started? It's real simple. You'll get that email today, set up your portal, complete the initial credit card form, submit that back. You'll receive your username and password once we get the form that's come in. We will send back out the email with the username, password, and the access instructions. And when you're ready to receive leads, just click the active button as I demonstrated during the call, and then get ready for your inbound calls because they will start immediately. And with that, I'm going to review and look and see if we've had any questions submitted. And if you haven't submitted a question, if you have a question, I will go ahead and wait to see if you have any now. I don't see, but I see a couple questions, but I already answered the questions during the call, so let me make sure. I always get this question, so I'm going to take it. I'm not going to say the state, but how many leads come out of this state because I've never seen the commercial here before? That may be because we've not run it in your state. Once we have agents in the state, we run it. But there are multiple leads, sometimes upwards of 20,000 leads a week apiece. We have more leads than we have agents to be able to work them. And obviously, this is a question that always comes out. What about commissions? You need to take that up with your marketer or your upline. I don't discuss commissions over the webinar because there's so many different levels and so many different qualifications. So discuss that with your marketer. They can go over the commission program with you. How about that? We had 3 questions on commissions. Do leads come in if we are already on a call? In other words, do I need to set up a customized voicemail for this program? It's not necessary that you do that. I would have a voicemail set up and you can do that. However, unless we are very overwhelmed in an area and there's not another agent available to take the call will jump to the next available agent in line. And if all agents are on a call, it will jump over to our designated phone mail. Keep this in mind again, just like any other call. If you're on your call, then someone dials in, you would see caller ID come up and know that you have another call. So if you're on a lead call that came through the portal, then the portal knows you're on a lead call and passes the call to somebody else. If you are on a personal call, then it would jump into your phone and bounce over to your voicemail. So yes, for that reason, I would have a voicemail, but this is why I recommended earlier, I would be sure that once you click on to go to work, that you try to have a voicemail whereby you're not using it for other calls. Stay off the phone and wait for your inbound calls. What area code will calls come from? That depends upon how many states you have signed up for. One of the things that we need on the form, please list every state whereby you are available to take calls. The more states you list, the better off you are. There are multiple states available. Every state in the country is available. Agents that take multiple states tend to do better for obvious reasons because of different time zones. We do not, at this point, drive it by area code. So, can we get leads that are not in our specific area if we're available? Hey, remember the system. recognizes whatever you've told them. So if you told them you want Florida, Georgia, Alabama, you want California, Texas, that's exactly what will come your way as long as you're not on a call. The call is going to come inbound from whatever state's available, wherever the call comes from at that time. Says, do you have people writing $4,000 a week in premium off these leads? Yes, but it wasn't $4,000 a week, if that was the question. We have people writing more than that. We had some last week write more than that. It's $4,000 a month. If you want the portal free, it's $4,000 a month. But yes, we do have people writing $4,000 a week. If you're licensed in one state, it is up to you to get licensed in another state, and yes, that would be your responsibility. Okay, with that, it looks like I've answered all of your questions. Hold on just a minute. Just had another one pop in. Can you build an agency? Absolutely. We love building agencies. And please contact your marketer or myself. We can help you with those details. Are there Spanish commercials for leads? We have developed a Spanish commercial. I just don't have a date set. Sometime, I hope, within the next 1 to 2 months, we will launch it. But we do have one, but no, it is not available at this time. I want to thank everyone. Great time, great questions. Look forward to doing business with you. Well, if you have questions, just simply send them in, and we will get with you as soon as possible. And with that, everyone have a great day.